So what would you say to a Zimbabwe farmer today, a new farmer? What would you say to them in terms of how they can incorporate sustainable development in their farming methods?
I think firstly, yes, I think I alluded also to the 2012 Rio de Janeiro, in which they came up with three, which were voluntary commitments, although I was very critical of them in the sense that they actually declared them voluntary commitments and therefore not binding. Firstly, there were good clauses there. One of the clauses was that finding natural solutions to food production. The other one was innovation, the introduction of innovation, mechanization, so that we can increase the output without necessarily increasing the hectareage. Because, by the way, the land is not finite. We cannot increase the land mass. We can only make use or improve the production, improve the output using the same piece of land. So, from a Zimbabwean perspective, what I can say to the Zimbabweans is that, yes, even, let me just address this directly from an MDC policy perspective, that MDC accepts that, yes, the land has been redistributed, and MDC government has no intention whatsoever to repossess land from those who have been allocated land. But what you are saying is that we are going to do a land audit. People with multiple land ownership, those will be repossessed and redistributed. People who are not producing at all, the land audit will be able to recommend. But the policy of MDC is that giving people land without giving them the title deeds, where they can use the same land to access loans, is not a solution. Like, if you look at it from a ZANU-PF perspective, it was a knee-jerk reaction, grabbing land and parceling them to their friends and relatives, people with ZANU-PF cards. That's not a solution to a land issue as far as Zimbabwe is concerned.
Yeah.
We want to empower our farmers in Zimbabwe to be able to access loans, just like the previous owners were doing. They were using the land as collateral to access funds from banks. And not only that, if you look at it, the farms were highly mechanized. They'd actually combined harvesters, they'd tractors. The land was used as a business, as an enterprise, a viable enterprise. And we want to, as a party, as an MDC, we want to retain the land as a viable enterprise, as a business, capable of employing people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, capable of paying corporation tax, right, to the government, contributing to the coffers of the government. But what we have today is that revenue, the state has lost that revenue. The current owners of the farms, they are not even paying a single tax. People, they're expecting the state to help them in terms of the inputs on the farms. And that, you cannot blame them. If you give me 1,000 hectares farm with virtually not even $1 in my pocket and expect me to produce enough for export purposes or to feed the nation with not even $1, how am I going to do it? I can't even afford to pay workers. And probably you've got people there. I've seen certain circumstances where people, farmers, indigenous farmers, moving into a 1,000 hectare farm with his wife and maybe 3 children, no workers whatsoever, and sometimes using donkeys and oxen-drawn plows to produce only 1,000 hectares, that will never work. And we are saying we need to address the issue of empowering our people once and for all. And MDC is the only party with coherent policies that will deliver real change in terms of turning around agriculture production as a vehicle for economic prosperity in Zimbabwe. And we are not talking only about farms, we are also talking about the rural people.